In this case study, we're going to think like plant scientists and use what we know about wood anatomy and growth patterns to interpret an unexpected result. The focus here is dendrochronology, the study of tree rings and how tree growth reflects climate. The key question is not just what Simon observed, but what that observation tells us about the environment where he lives. Simon lives near the equator in a region where temperatures stay fairly constant and rainfall is abundant throughout the year. He chooses dendrochronology for his project and expects to use growth rings to study past rainfall. But when he examines his wood sample, he doesn't see any clear annual rings. At first, he thinks his project is a failure, until his teacher helps him realize that the absence of rings is actually meaningful data. Remember, growth rings form because trees don't grow at the same rate all year. In many climates, there's a strong seasonal pattern, like wet and dry seasons or warm and cold seasons, that causes noticeable changes in wood structure. Those changes create springwood and summerwood, which together form a visible annual ring. So growth rings are really a record of changing environmental conditions over time. In Simon's sample, the wood doesn't show those clear repeating bands that mark yearly growth. Instead, the tissue looks more uniform, without sharp boundaries between one year and the next. That tells us something important. This tree probably didn't experience strong seasonal changes in growth conditions. Pause and answer this first reflection question. Why didn't Simon observe annual growth rings on his specimen? As you think about this, don't focus only on the tree. Think about the environment the tree grew in. Ask yourself, what causes growth rings to form in the first place? Then consider what it would mean if temperature and rainfall don't change very much throughout the year. Your answer should connect climate stability to uniform growth. Pause and answer the second reflection question. Based on the absence of growth rings, what can Simon conclude about the climate and rainfall patterns in his hometown? Here you're using absence of evidence as evidence. Think about what kind of climate produces strong rings, and then think about what kind of climate would produce weak or no rings at all. Consider words like seasonal, constant, predictable, or stable as you form your conclusion. One of the most important lessons here is that unexpected results are not failures in science. The absence of growth rings still tells Simon something real and useful about his environment. In this case, the wood suggests that the tree grew under fairly constant conditions rather than strong seasonal cycles. Good science isn't just about finding what you expect, it's about interpreting what the evidence actually shows. The big takeaway from this case study is that tree rings only form when growth conditions change in a predictable way. In climates that are warm and wet all year, trees may grow more evenly, leaving little or no visible ring pattern. That absence is not a problem. It's actually evidence about the climate itself. In science, both patterns and the lack of patterns can tell an important story.